Agree or disagree? Manchester United will be playing in Europe next season.
No, I disagree.
I agree.
If you look at Manchester United defense, not starting with Onana, he has become a meme in our he has become a meme currently. It trends every weekend, it trends anytime Manchester United has a match. And it's not trending for the right reasons, it's actually trending for the wrong reason, for the mistakes he makes anytime he's in goal. If you look at Manchester United throughout the ages, one thing Manchester United are known for is them being solid at the back. It is the solidity at the back first, then everything follows. But now this current Manchester United side, almost like every shot on target is likely to be a goal. They don't offer that confidence. They don't offer that confidence to the fans. Even the players themselves, they are not confident on who is at the back. So it's enough to demoralize the team spirit, and it's enough to demoralize them all through the season. So the only saving grace, or the only reason that will make me agree, is if Manchester United can actually, change the keeper first things first, and get reliable centre back, like a able deputy at the back, in case Martinez goes out like he is now, or in case Rafael Varane also goes out.
Okay, for me, it's very important that we look at this issue with Manchester United from a lot of angles. First and foremost, we need to first understand what is going on with them. And first, let me quickly talk about, there are several ways to get into Europe. The first way is to actually qualify through playing the top 4 in the Premier League, also win the Champions League, or drop down to the Europa Champions League and win the Europa Champions League. And I think it is more likely for them, or easier for them, to drop down into that Europa League and then qualify for win that tournament and then qualify.
Let's not forget, we have Liverpool in the Europa League. Let's not forget, Liverpool is in the Europa League.
Definitely.
So you are trying to tell me that this man you currently will be able to handle Liverpool in the Europa League?
I don't see why not, because the Europa League knockout phase will start I think sometime in January or so, thereabout, sometime December, January, thereabout. So I believe that, look at Manchester United at the moment. They don't exactly have a bad keeper. I think Onana is not a bad keeper. Look at his exploit last season with Inter Milan. I think he kept the most clean sheets or something. So you see that his problem at the moment, I think it's in the lack of confidence. And look at Manchester United's injury list at that back. I think what's his name? Martinez is out. Luke Shaw is out. They have a couple of more other players who are out, and these players will be back, say, around December, January, and this would sort of like coincide with the time when I believe they are going to drop out of that group to play in Europa League. And when these players are back, they would meet them in that Europa League, because I personally think that Manchester United is not a bad team. They have this new kid, what's his name, Højlund, who is firing on all cylinders now. I think very soon, getting towards the middle of the season, I expect Rashford to pick up. I expect the likes of Bruno Fernandes to be back at his best. The likes of Anthony will also be back at their best too. So I expect that they would drop down to this Europa League, and they would very well do well. Apart from Liverpool in that Europa League, I don't think there's any other team that should cause them a problem there, because I do not see Sevilla, who has been Manchester United's boogie team in that tournament, dropping down there. I think Arsenal and Sevilla should go on to qualify from their group. So I see Manchester United playing in Europe next season.
Talking about Rashford has been, poor this season. Like, the only time Rashford comes alive is if he has a contract to sign in the following season. That is when Rashford tends to come alive. Now, there is no contract to sign. There is no motivation. There is not something keeping him in check. So, in other words, we can say Man U is already shot one in front of goal. We can say Man U shot one in front of goal from now, not just to the end of the season, except Martial step up, and he has never stepped up. Man has never stepped up. Something always bringing him down, which is injury. So, if you say, I agree with you, Manchester United becoming reliable at the back when everybody comes back, when everybody is in shape. But now we are looking at, can we say the same thing for their forwards? I don't think Rashford has actually been consistent. Look at his career. He doesn't have that consistency all through the season for him to develop. We have Holland, for instance. Now Holland is still new to the league. He has not even scored a goal in the Premiership yet.
Well, I scored 2 in the Champions League. I say 3.
Yeah, you can't compare.
3 in the Champions League. That's what I'm saying. I've told you that they don't have to. They don't have to. When Chelsea qualified in I think 2013 for the Champions League,
Okay.
we finished 10th. But by virtue of us winning,
Wait, you guys had the mentality. There was the mentality. The mentality in that squad was strong. But look at this Manchester United side. They don't lose confidence. The mentality there looks so weak.
I believe that they've fallen as low as they can fall, and the only way forward now is up. I don't think they can be as bad. They can be worse than they currently are. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't think they can be worse than they currently are. They have about 8 or 9 players out in injury. As soon as like half of those players, but especially their backmen, Luke Shaw and Martinez come back, I think they will become more solid at the back. And when the team is more solid at the back, this would give the likes of Amrabat a chance to play in the midfield and also support the likes of Casemiro and what's it called, and Bruno Fernandes to go forward, and then in turn help the likes of Rashford and also the other winger Anthony.
Look at it from this instance now. Playing Amrabat at left back, it doesn't make sense to me actually. The manager trying to tell us that there is nobody in the academy that can fill in that left back position pending the time and the regulars will come back to that side. Like, I don't still get. Amrabat is put him in midfield, let him do his thing. Let him give Casemiro the license to move forward like the way he loves to do. Bruno that confidence in midfield. But like, I don't understand. It's also so we can also put the blame at the manager's feet also. Do you understand? I trust if it was Alex Ferguson, somebody from the academy will already be playing that left back. I don't see Alex Ferguson pushing a player like Amrabat that is efficient in midfield, throwing him to left back. He's actually playing 3-5-2 now.
Well, it's not entirely that easy to just pick up a player from the academy.
But the academy seasons, like, he has been there for 2 years.
Exactly.
2 years, like, she can take to sports.
It's look at Chelsea, for example. Chelsea have 2 right backs out, and they're having to use a left back, Cucurella, to play their right back solution. So I think it all depends on. And Amrabat has not been doing that bad playing at left back. So I think it all depends. I really cannot fault him because there are no. So I just feel that as soon as Luke Shaw is back, Luke Shaw should be back, say November, December or something. I think as soon as Luke Shaw is back, it will actually give stabilize that defense. Luke Shaw and Martinez will stabilize that defense and would move Amrabat over to the midfield.
So what you are trying to say is that the success of Manchester United this season lies in the shoulders or in the legs of the left back known as Luke Shaw. Since you have been mentioning Luke Shaw all through the same, Luke Shaw is not good. Then Manchester United cannot quit. Manchester United.
It's just like there's a situation where a manager has built his team. Take for example how Chelsea has built their team to sort of like revolve around Nkunku. And when there's no Nkunku, you can see how the team suffers until they found Palmer, and Palmer needed to adjust to the league or something. So I think it's like that for Manchester United. He has built Erik ten Hag has built his base, which comprises of Luke Shaw playing at the left and also Martinez playing in the middle. And because those two are not there, he's having to take out of something that he has already thought about already. That is the midfield, and then playing a midfielder at left back. And because he's playing a midfielder in left back, he's actually weakening that midfield. And because that midfield is weak, it's affecting the likes of Rashford, it's affecting the likes of Anthony, it's affecting the likes of Højlund, because they are having to drop a bit deep to supplement.
And if you look at the Manchester United front line, number one, let's look at Anthony. Anthony is not someone I can rely on for goals. You get what I'm trying to say now. He's not someone you can rely on goal. He just comes to the field to just showcase his talent, to showcase Samba. Football has gone beyond that level of trying to entertain us. Even though you are trying to entertain us, at least be putting it at the back of the net. Like he has resumed to training now because of the cases that was revolving around him and then. So him coming to that side is not going to make any impact. That's why I'm not rating Man U and I'm not fancying their chances to qualify this season, because look at the front line. The front line I'm not even scared of the front line. Now if you look at the front line of Liverpool, there's that fear that defenders have. But look at the front three of Manchester United. I'm not scared. I'm not bothered. I'm not even worried. So you intend to carry Anthony to the. Are you trying to tell me that Anthony is going to push Manchester United to the Champions League? I can understand all of, but Rashford on his off days, it is, and there is no reliable centre forward that we can apart from Garnacho, but Garnacho is still so young. So that is why I'm not fancying Manchester United chances this season of qualifying to the Champions League.